Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all the pens or mostly all the pens that I have and that I work with when I'm sketching. Many of you have asked me this several times, so I decided to produce a video about it. First of all, I want to say that this is not a sponsored video. None of these brands are paying me something to do this, to talk about their products. This is just me, based on my experience, on my personal opinion about what has worked for me better when working with markers and working over marker paper. So I have here many liners. I have fine liners, I have rollerballs, and I have other felt tip pen and markers. This is all my tools that I use and that I recommend. I won't talk about many others that I have tested, but they didn't work at all. The big majority of the pens I work with are fine liners. Fine liners are they have a felt tip that comes in different sizes. They usually come, or they say the size or the kind of line they produce with the number 0.1, 0.5, 0.7. They come usually from 0.05, 0.1 until 1 millimeter wide. So I personally prefer working with 0.3 for fine liners, for fine lines, 0.5 for rough sketches, or 0.7, and maybe 0.7 or 0.9 for heavier lines. And I can use also as well other felt tip pens or markers for heavier lines. I will talk about this later. So first, let's talk about this. The first thing is that what I'm looking for when I'm working with this, I'm gonna start making some very quick drawings. So the first thing I'm looking for is the smooth or the smoothness, how it feels and how it responds to quick sketches or to quick sketching. Not many or not all respond very quickly. They dry very quickly. This is design liner by Manny 0.3. So let's start. This is okay. Let's put design liner. This is Prismacolor. This is a 0.5. So it is supposed to be to work really well with Prismacolor markers, and I always do that test. I lay down a line work, a line sketch, and then I will use some markers over them. This is Molotov. It's a nice, very nice brand. You can see here 0.3, 0.5, 0.7. You can see the difference in line ways. Molotov is a very fine and nice brand of liners. We have the multi-liner Copic which is a metal one, because there are another ones that are like plastic ones. Or this you can change. It has like a refill, kind of a refill. It's not a refill exactly. It is smooth, it's nice, it feels good, nice. This is a Unipin, very nice, from Mitsubishi, very nice liner. This is 0.1, this is gonna be very thin line. I almost don't draw with this because I think I have like a heavy hand and I destroy the tip very quickly. But if you are doing something technical, something where you need a very thin line, this 0.1 is awesome. All these brands comes in different sizes. I'm just showing you randomly some of them. Then we have Le Pen, which is also very nice. This is 0.5, smooth feeling. So if you want like a kind of a very rough, very loose sketch, then you would probably choose wider tips, maybe 0.5, maybe 0.7. If your intention is to produce a more technical drawing, then you would probably need thinner tips, thinner liners. And then Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. This is awesome. Sometimes they come in a package of 4 with different whites. Many of these brands are sold in packages, so you can buy one package that has 4, maybe 6, maybe 8, or even 10 different sizes. So these are liners. What I do is I take a light gray or a light color, a light marker, and try to see if it doesn't smudge. Especially when there are a lot of lines. And you can see this works pretty well. As I was saying, all of these do the job. I'm using also a marker paper. So this is very important when you want to purchase some liner for your work. Bring with you a piece of paper, the paper you work with, so you can make some and a marker. You can make some test before you buy it, because the ink has to be different from alcohol. I'm using alcohol markers, and some tints, some inks dissolve with the markers and they smudge. There are many liners and many pens that don't work really well with markers. So be careful with that. Bring a paper with you, the paper you are used to work with, and make this test. For me, this test is one that tells me that they work well with markers. Okay, this is liners. Now let's talk about rollerballs. Rollerballs, I like rollerballs because sometimes I'm sketching very quickly and they respond nice to the speed. This is a very nice rollerball. This is the Pilot G Tech C4. Very thin line. For construction lines is perfect. Even though you have to wait just a little bit for it to dry, especially in some points where the ink sometimes remains fresh, and if you apply immediately the marker, you will smudge it. C4. This is a nice one for construction lines. And this is a V7 Precise Fine Pilot as well. You see Pilot, the ink formula seems to work pretty well with markers. This is around 0.5, but as you can see, you can work pretty fast with it. You cannot do this as fast with some fine liners because the tip is of felt tip, and this is different. So I think this responds much better to the speed. I like very much this. And then we have I have two favorites for heavier lines. One felt tip as well, which is pretty common everywhere, is Papermate Flare. A heavier line, you see, you can make heavier lines with it. It's very nice, very nice pen, felt tip for rough sketches. Is wonderful. It's so wonderful, this pen, and believe me, no brand is paying me, no brand is sponsoring me. I'm just giving you my experience, many years of drawing. And then there is the design pen from Pentel. If you guys like the Sharpie, this is a very nice heavy line marker that works amazingly good with markers. And I think this it feels like, for me, this lasts much longer than a Sharpie. This is the sign pen, Pentel. So these are the pens I use mostly for all my sketches. These are the pens that pass the test of working with alcohol markers. This is very important. Mostly all of the brands are alcohol-based markers. Copic, Touch, Prismacolor, all of them are alcohol markers, and all of them work pretty well with all these liners. So these are the ones I recommend, all of them. I'm sure you can find some of them near you. So I think this is everything for today. I hope this will answer the question you were asking me. Thank you for watching, and if you find this video, and if you find my videos helpful to you, please subscribe, and thank you for coming by.